jump shots that were really easy and all going down earlier.
Oh,
let's go, Dean Wade. Come
knock
on,
it down. Let's go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
He's just waiting for Dev to get it.
Yeah, he's gonna really string this along for you. Presented by Bet365. Never ordinary, certainly not today. Also, what time is it?
Cavs comeback time.
Miller time, baby. It's Miller time. We're also presented by Miller Lite. You know, you guys know the drill. Great show for you today. Nurkic. Oh, man, we lost vote. He's not even going to do the show today.
I'll give you game notes, and then I'm done.
Once you get through game notes, the Celtics are blowing a 20-point lead, if you guys were wondering why he's so distracted. Nurkic, Jokic, is it a rivalry? It once was. Is it still? We're going to discuss that. Also, Kevin Durant, this was for my Serbs out there. Kevin Durant has a new goal for the Olympics. I don't know if you guys have seen it. We're going to talk about that. But it is not very respectful, I would say, of the rest of the world's abilities. It's not totally respectful. And then later in the show, we're going to make some bets and win some money. Brendan Votes here. He dressed up for this game.
Yeah, this outfit's for the Serbs out there. It's for you guys.
What for?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was a holiday I didn't know about.
I just thought that sounded cool the way you said that. That's like a good way to start a karaoke song. This one's for
all
the
Serbs. That's right.
And then you just get into it.
There you go. Over here, I got D-Lenko.
So I don't get it. No socks, short socks on the dress up. It feels like the thought stopped short at the ankle.
What do you mean? People love the ankles.
People do love the ankles. And over there, right on time, Superstar Dev.
I am so excited that Eric's back.
Yeah, let's go, buddy.
I'm excited to be alongside you.
Have you guys not been alongside each other
No, dude.
It's been a long time.
Dev's been out.
I'm ready for another Eric break, personally. He's been around for what feels like forever.
Yeah, that cuts both ways.
Damn it.
Guys, Nuggets Suns tonight. Can we keep the momentum going? It's a big game, but it doesn't quite feel like a big game for some reason to me. Does anybody else feel that way?
We are smug.
We're so above it. It's like it's just the Suns. It's just a playing team.
We're so. Yeah, no, this matchup 2 years ago, I would have known it was coming for a week and a half. I would have been like super nervous. I couldn't have used Slack. Like I couldn't stay on Twitter.
That's right.
I couldn't handle it. Now I'm like, oh, are we playing the Suns at night?
Yeah. Let's get to some game notes, though. What did Malone have to say?
Well, let's just look at the injury report because it's blank for Denver, with the exception of friend of the show, Vlatko, of course. It's blank for Denver, which is a good sign.
Get Vlatko back on the show.
But the injury report is very relevant to this game. On the other side, Phoenix, Devin Booker, you've probably heard, he's out 7 to 10 days is the range. That's a right ankle sprain.
Murray came back from his in one game.
That's crazy.
He actually only missed half a game.
Wow, step up.
Devin Booker, a whole week and a half. All right.
Step up. Damian Lee, out. Right meniscus surgery. Nazir Little, out. Left knee inflammation. Jusuf Nurkic was questionable with right calf tightness, but he's going to play. He is going to play in this
rivalry,
game.
indeed.
So right off the bat, that's what we got going. I did not get audio, and I have found no quotes on the timeline, but I can tell you this about the Phoenix Suns. They are down their best player here without Devin Booker. They entered the day a half game above the play-in. A half game above the play-in. While the Denver Nuggets are a half game out of first. 5-5 in their last 10 are the Suns. They're pretty good at home still, 20-13, 15-13, head above water on the road. But again, no Booker. Big challenge tonight against the Nuggets. Nurkic will play as the headline.
How big is this game, Dev?
I think it's big in the sense of these are two teams that are streaking. One team's on a 6-game win streak. The other's on a 2-game losing streak. They're on opposite sides. One's on the play-in. One's going for number one out west. Like this is big in the sense of you want to build on these type of wins. You want to continue the streak and you want to stay in the groove that you're in. So like this is a big game for Denver to just continue to just run through the West.
I don't think it's that big. I got to be honest. It used to feel really big. This being in the middle of statement week, it'd be like, we got to let these guys know we're not messing around. They can't worry about it. Denver's and now I'm like, whatever.
I know.
Yeah.
Get your little victory. I don't even care.
Do you guys think that beating them in the Western Conference Finals plays into that? Like since you already have overcame that.
No, I think honestly it's just that they haven't been healthy and they haven't looked that good, and the Nuggets have looked awesome.
They're
so this
reeling
doesn't
big time.
It doesn't feel like a measuring stick game. It just feels like Denver should beat the shorthanded lesser team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if they lost this game, it'd be annoying.
Yes.
And if they won it, it would be like, okay, the appetizer's over, the main course, which is of course these Boston Celtics, they're the team. It's almost like I'm overlooking the Suns. It's weird.
I know.
How do you look past the Suns?
Are the Suns a trap game?
The Suns are officially a trap game. This is a trap game for the Nuggets.
There is some reason not to, though, and it's that the Thunder have dropped some unexpected results lately. Between the Thunder and the Wolves, they're a bit. So Denver's right there, man, for the 1 seed.
Yeah.
So let's consider this a game that they just should win. Inferior team at home. Don't be another one of the top 3 out west to drop one you should have won.
Yeah.
Take care of business because there's a pretty big game coming up against Boston. And I think it'd just be cool to enter that on a winning streak, still feel like everything is sharp and well-oiled.
This math on the Nuggets' ascension into first place makes no sense. Every night they win and one of the other teams loses, and they just are cemented in third place. I'm like, what the hell? I don't get it.
But they are gaining ground, and so that's why
It's
tonight
so
is
slow, though. It's
I don't get it, man. I
But
swear
that's why
to
you
God.
can't drop these ones.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready for them to just seize control of first place, never look back, laugh at all these front runners that thought they were doing something. And
I think it's going to be hard to do that if you look at only because if you look at the Thunder, like they have a tough stretch later, but they have like 5 easy games in a row coming up. To where, I mean, again, they could lose any of them, but you look at it and it's like, oh, Detroit at home, like, okay, Portland coming into town. So they have some bunnies, but eventually it will get harder for them. Nonetheless, I'm with you. I just want to keep this momentum going. And one of our questions when we were talking about statement week was, it's such a long, like, it's not 3 games. It's 6 games. Can they focus for 6 games? Then you add the 2 on the front of that. The Nuggets haven't proven to be a team that can focus that long, honestly, until the playoffs, which they hyper-focus. But they're not a team. And so tonight, we're viewing it as a little bit of a trap game, and I have to sense that they probably feel a little bit of that as well. So it's something to think about. Did they take the lead?
Yeah, they're up 3.
All right, but don't you want the Celtics to come in with...
I actually kind of
this
do.
This is the thing, don't you?
do. But I mean, listen, it's like either way works, you know?
Either way works.
Either way works.
All right, who's going to eat tonight, fellas? This is the big question. Presented by Circle K. We got to restock this food shelf, guys.
We've been eating at the Circle
Who's going to
K
eat?
food
Nobody.
show.
We're out of snacks.
We stocked that on Monday.
Did you really?
Yes, it has been.
That tells you how much we love these snacks.
This feels like
stay there for 1 week.
This feels like the Avs beat.
I was going to say, it's got ass beat written all over it.
That was very rude. Dev, who's eating tonight?
I think this is a KCP game.
Really?
KCP. I just think that. I mean, there's just so much better when he's there, and also he has matchups that he can go against a Bradley Beal and like show his dominance. Also, he gets up for these type of performances. The Suns is like one of his best performances in a Nuggets uniform.
Yeah.
Like I think that's big for him, like mentally. I think he has a better game than he typically does.
All right. KCP also rested. Basically hasn't played for 5 nights. That's a good little rest. What about you?
I'm going to go Jamal Murray, man. Jamal Murray always eats against
That's
the
a good
Sun.
point.
Typically speaking, it's because he's going up against fellow Kentucky rival Devin Booker.
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous that he won't take it as seriously, but he's been locked in, and he always kills the Suns. We're at home. Like, I just think it's the season of eating for Jamal. He's just going to be eating every night. It's just like it's got like an all-you-can-eat buffet card or something.
The
He's just eating.
season of eating.
Dude, yeah, this eating season.
Eating season. All right.
Well, let me start by giving you guys the Suns starting lineup, which I happened upon here, and that's Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, Kevin Durant, and Jusuf Nurkic. So I want to start by saying the Jamal Murray pick is great, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know. I don't know what the Suns are going to do there. Grayson Allen, Bradley Beal kind of seem like food to me. Presumably Royce O'Neal on Michael Porter Jr. Too small. I'm going with Mike again. Let's ride the hot hand. He's going to eat tonight.
I think I'm going to go then with AG.
What? I specifically didn't take Jokic, so that I was being magnanimous.
Well, we don't think he's going to play well. That's what
We don't think he's going to play well against
just
Nurkic.
kidding, just kidding. Just kidding.
We'll get to this in a second.
You can't determine what they choose.
No, I know. I just
also,
thought,
like,
I
all
thought
of
I was
us
being
are honorable. We're all being honorable
I
here
thought
for
I
not
was-
taking
I
it.
thought-
Yoke's going to eat every night. Guys, Yoke plays well every single game.
I was proud of myself for showing restraint.
Oh, well.
I was like, I'm not going to choose Jokic.
That
I'm
was
gonna-
gentlemanly.
I'm going to pick another, like a lower tier player, like Jamal Murray.
I think that's right. I think Aaron Gordon might eat tonight. You mentioned that matchup. I think he's going to guard KD very well because he has guarded him well in the past. And KD's too little for AG. KD's too little, man.
He's 7 feet tall.
Well, I mean, he is too tall, but he's little. Come on now. So I think AG maybe has a monster game tonight. At least I'm rooting for it. Plus, AG's another one of these guys that's sneaky. You give him 3 days rest, he's like looks like a beast again. Full beast. So I think he goes full beast mode tonight.
I can't wait for tonight's door slam.
The door slam might be in. Many people are saying.
Speaking of door slams.
Oh my gosh, what do we got here?
There are 2 with a minute left.
Just sit this out.
All right, I'm sorry.
Nurkic. You guys remember he used to be a Denver Nugget?
I remember.
It's weird actually to think about him as a Nugget.
Sorry. I'll see myself.
Don't you think it is weird to think of him as it was so long ago that
Dude,
it's almost
I was
weird.
so into Nurkic when he showed up. I was like, this guy's awesome. He's got huge legs. He's a dick.
He did have huge legs.
Yeah.
He was like a monster. And first his name was the Bosnian Bear, which I thought was cool.
Which he hated.
But then it went to the Bosnian Beast, which is dumb.
which he liked.
I know. Well, that shows you everything you need to know. And he rode his bike around. I was like, this guy's cool.
He rode his bike around? I don't remember this.
You didn't watch Altitude pieces back then.
Man, did Yoke steal the bike bit from Nurkic? That's
He was like,
Yoke rides a bike?
in Sombor.
He was
in
riding his
Sombor,
bike, and I was like, I like this Jusuf Nurkic. And then he became such a petulant little baby.
It's true, he did.
And-
that's what happened.
Jokic came, Jokic went,
Yeah.
and he
It was
ne-
Jokic, it was over. It was over.
Do you think he's pissed off every Yoke miss? He's the Grinch of Yoke miss.
Yes.
They should schedule whatever team Nurkic is on, they should schedule it every Yoke miss.
He's just sad every Yoke miss. He's like, they're gonna bring it up again. It's like AG with like the slam dunk contest. They like just keep on bringing them back
It's the way that Jalen Rose feels about the 81-point Kobe game. He's like,
I was like, all right,
yeah,
guys.
it was good. It's cool.
Yeah, he's an incredible player. But the rivalry, so then it reached its apex for us on the Have a Nice Summer. That thing, that was like, I'll never forgive this guy.
Dude.
But then the Nuggets kind of vanquished him. He went to Portland. Portland lost all relevance. That was their peak, was the Have a Nice Summer. Then it was downhill for them. And the Nuggets rose above it. But he got traded to the Suns. I don't know, man.
I know.
I kind of feel my old feelings again. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, like
every time I watch the Suns, I feel those old feelings again.
The hate?
Yes.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying. They bubble back. It was where I'm like, all right, I'm over it. I don't think about that anymore. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of annoyed by it.
So, over here. So, are you asking, is this rivalry real?
Is it back?
I think so. The summer comment, I'm petty and also
Oh, yeah.
I'm unforgiving.
Yeah.
I think about that. Zach Collins,
The
still
lightning is
pissed off-
coming.
Still pissed off at him.
Yeah.
Just because many people don't try to go after Yoke or do anything and I feel like he was so pissed off about how things ended that he made that comment, and it was at a rough time. The season was over and then he made the comments and he was part of it. And I don't care how many times you beat him. I just think that you have to go against him. I don't even think of him in the same way of being a Nugget. When I think about former Nuggets, he's not in that thought. I think because I'm still frustrated about how it all played out and how he ended. So, yeah, I think that this is a real thing. And also, I just love how they go after each other. I think that that's great.
But that's the thing. Do they go after each other? Nurkic definitely takes this matchup very seriously.
Very serious.
Jokic treats it often like it's only another game. I honestly want Yoke to take it seriously tonight because I think Nurk's going to take it very seriously tonight. He's coming off of his best rebounding game ever. I think that, to me, there is something to, tonight, statement week. It'd be nice for Yoke to make a little statement.
Oh, did they call it? All right. Yeah, no, I agree, man. And I think the Suns are easily the least likable roster in the league. I just think, objectively.
Oh,
they
dude,
have the most guys that the most
they're
people
the deplorables.
that like basketball just can't. They can't handle it. Absolute bailout call for Tatum. Unbelievable. So I do think that there's still some rivalry juice. I think this is beneath Yoke, but
Wait, what?
the Suns need it, man. The
Yo,
Suns need
do they have a challenge? That's a for real.
That's
That's not a
terrible.
bad. He barely got him. That is a zero contact shot. He
I know.
does not touch him.
We're talking
He
about a
kicked that
game that
leg
you
out
guys.
today.
Sorry.
Challenge. Anyway, I do look. The Suns need every game right now, so I think Nurkic is going to bring it. But I also think Jokic right now is not even looking at who's in front of him. He's just in Terminator mode.
I know that's just it. Is that it is not a rivalry. It's just there is something to the nationality thing. I mean, it's a Balkan thing. It's a Bosnian thing. It's a Serbian thing. That means something to them for sure. But it's like, are they vying for the position of the best big man in the league? No,
no.
I'm saying like, what kind of, like a rivalry is like, man, who's on top? And it's like, okay.
You don't think there can be a rivalry of just like one guy who's the spoiler and one guy who's on top?
There can be, but a rivalry, generally speaking, dissipates and goes away when it's so clearly answered.
I'm trying to think if historically there is such a rivalry where it was between two players. One won the crown, but then went to another team and then became a piece of a team that then became the foe.
Interesting.
You know what I'm trying to think? There's got to be something in sports.
That's like
There's
Kevin Durant.
How?
I mean, like once he left, like the Warriors, like
Yeah.
that became a thing.
Then he
Every
kind of
single time
became
that they
he
played
became
him.
like a foe to LeBron, but then he
But they
beat
used to be,
LeBron and
like,
nobody gave him
1-1.
credit.
They used to be, like, together.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be something. Somebody help us out in the chat. I don't think it's a rivalry. What I think it is a dormant volcano. You know how they always have that? This volcano has not erupted for 1,000 years. You're like, so it's dead? And they're like, no, it just hasn't erupted for. You're like, oh God, it's due.
I think this one's not going to erupt for 1,000 years.
I'm just saying, if they met in the playoffs, I bet you would change your mind. I think it would become much more of a rivalry, and then maybe the Nuggets win 5 games.
Except for that Jokic would be in playoff mode, and he would just sun the F out of Jusuf Nurkic, and we'd be like, oh, this is not a rivalry.
Again.
But what kind of stat line would Jokic have to put up tonight for you to think he took this one personal?
Do they overturn?
Because he destroys everybody. So like, he would have to have. Like,
You could just tell when he has the eye of the Joker. He just has to have the eye of the Joker tonight. And again, he actually doesn't necessarily have to have that tonight. They might win without it, but I would like to see it. Guys, Kevin Durant, really one of my least favorite players in the NBA. I actually like some things I like about KD and some things I hate. One thing I hate, though, he came out last week and said of the Olympics, of the U.S. team, and you can pull this up, Kale, this graphic, he doesn't want to just win. He says, I want to make a statement on how dominant our players are. Like 40, 50-point wins. He doesn't just want to go out there and win this, you guys. He wants to humiliate the teams they're going against. And I look at this and I go, I'm an American. I love my country. That's so cocky. That's so like ridiculous, man. So disrespectful to all these other teams that he really thinks like, I don't just want to beat you. We should win by. We're 50 points better than you. This like to me is it went under the radar. It like got under my skin.
he does a lot of things that just he tries to piss you off, and it's because he is so open. But yeah, this is a cocky thing to say against a team that they haven't even like been together. You don't know how it's going to play out. Are they that much better than the rest of the world? Like, you have to prove it. You can't just go out and just say, like, we're going to just win every single game. Especially when you look at, like, the top players in the NBA. They're not American right now. So, like, you don't have the team that's just going to just go and destroy every single team. I can't wait till Serbia beats them. Can't wait.
I also feel like it's been a while since that was ever the case anyway, and it also was really only the case against a handful of teams in group play, you know? You'd be surprised how far back it goes now, maybe not you, proverbially you, that the U.S. has to play good basketball to beat the competitive nations. And yes, sometimes in group play you catch some teams that weren't on par historically. And that's when you saw those big blowouts from the Dream and Redeem teams. But that stuff's honestly been rare for the U.S. for a while now. So I think this quote's a little out of touch. And I think all signs are pointing to this being, you know, the best or at least most hyped Olympics yet.
Because KD went to the Warriors and won. Then he went to Brooklyn, lost. Goes to the Phoenix Suns, so far has not won. And all the time, it's like in his mind, I don't know if he doesn't realize that he keeps building these super teams they don't win or something. But
right.
That's, to me, that just is the least self-aware thing, and it made my blood boil. It makes me pissed.
I know, like his career has gone the way of Marvel. Started off his first super team, great. And
That was a super team.
No, a super team has to be
Assembled?
Assembled. Every other super squad after that just gets worse. It's like Ant-Man. It's like the second. There's like whatever.
Ant-Man's not good. Isn't that Paul Rudd? I love Paul Rudd.
Yeah, dude. But like, everybody hates Marvel now. Like they keep
Because Ant-Man?
because the super
Is Ant-Man? Honestly, I don't know this.
There's a
So I
diminishing
don't know.
return on the super teams.
But Paul Rudd specifically.
I mean, I don't know. It's Ant-Man. I don't.
Do you
know.
like Ant-Man?
I think the second Ant-Man, like everybody said, was just absolutely god-awful.
Paul Rudd to me is
There's
so likable.
It's like the Ant-Man, like the Marvels, like the Eternals or whatever.
Paul Rudd rules. The movie does not rule.
he's great, but the movie's
Adam loves him so much. You saw the movie?
What, Ant-Man? Hell
Yeah.
no, of
Well,
course
then what
not.
are you doing?
Why would I see Ant-Man?
What are you doing?
Because
man?
that's Paul Rudd.
Is
You're
it
like, can't, but-
is it about a guy that gets shrunk? It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid?
But you can't believe it's a bad movie just because Paul Rudd's in it. You didn't see the movie.
I'm saying relative to what you guys are all watching. It sounds like if you had Paul Rudd in Spider-Man, I'd watch it. What? I don't know.
No chance. That's true.
This does add fuel to the file. I want to live in the present, so that's one to me that I'm putting in the filing cabinet. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pull that one out in July, and I'm going to get so fired up. But to me, I'll tell you what, I think it's going to fire up a whole lot of people too for the Olympics. That is not the type of. You say something like that and put it on record, you better be ready for everybody's best punch. Not that U.S. wasn't going to get everybody's best punch, but if KD loses, and by the way, that team is LeBron, Steph, KD, Embiid, Harden. Like it really is going to be an all-timer if everybody ends up playing.
Probably not Embiid, but
Huh?
we'll see about Embiid.
Embiid is supposed to play. He's on the
Oh,
roster.
he is? Is he still supposed to play?
Yeah.
All right. Word.
So we'll see what happens. I'm so ready for it. But I'm also ready for this game. We're going to extra prepare for it by opening up the Bet365 app. It's good to have Dev back. Dev, when I opened up the app the other day, I hadn't opened it up since our last game. We are way up, man.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, man.
I hope that you guys would stop me if we just lost a lot all the time.
We're
like, hey, man,
we would
gonna-
yank
we're gonna
the
get-
segment.
We're going to give it to Vote.
Yeah, no, we would yank the segment.
We're going to
Nope.
give it to someone else.
Not what's happening, though, man. We
Kale's
keep winning.
top picks.
Yeah, dude.
Kale's top picks.
We'd be like, hey, advice from a stranger. We just ask someone downstairs.
All right, Denver comes in this game as 8.5 point favorites.
That's a lot, man.
8.5. That's a lot. A ton. Denver's going to win. Denver's going to win by a lot.
By more
think-
than 8.5?
I think Denver 8.5.
Really?
Don't take it, though.
Okay, I won't take
But
it.
that's something that I think they're going to win by 8.5. I would
Okay.
do minus 8.5.
Okay.
I like the over 224. The thing is, I'm unsure how the Suns are going to stop Denver. Like, I just don't see a way that they can stop. I think a lot of people get themselves going, especially early. If I have to take the over, it would be the over in the first half. I think that they get it going early. I like Denver in this one.
Okay.
For the Suns,
Sure. I can't wait to see who he tells us to take. That's going to be Nurkic.
I like Kevin Durant over 26 points.
Okay.
I mean, the offense is going to be funneled through him. He's not what he used to be, but he's also still a scorer that's going to take a lot of shots. Him and Bill are going to get the majority of shots. And then also Grayson Allen, who also, I can't believe he's not 40. He looks old.
He looks like me.
How is he not that old?
Well, the thing is that he's has a black heart and a rotten soul, so he's been aged by the way he's approached life.
Man, he's like a vampire or something like that.
No, vampire lives forever.
That's the
but
reverse,
That's the
right?
reverse.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's more just like he's being
Benjamin
eaten.
Button? Oh,
No, that's also the reverse.
yeah.
He's like Ant-Man. You know what I mean?
He's like Ant-Man. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, man.
Nobody likes him.
I also like Nurkic over 23.5 points plus rebounds.
You need to clip it and have Dev say, "I also like Nurkic," and then cut it right there, and then we'll put it online.
Look,
12 and a half
don't do
points
that.
is all.
That's all.
He needs like 50 shots to get 12 and a half points.
He's
I
going to
know.
get 12 and a half points. But also, it's 23.5 points plus rebounds. We just saw him get 31 rebounds. He has.
That was against Chet Holmgren.
What does that mean?
The opposite of Yoke.
Do you think
Yeah,
31
dude.
rebounds is
Man on
not a lot?
Dude, the Bosnian Bears moving the Oklahoman stick right out of the way.
I hate. Do you want to share your betting strategy? Has anybody caught on to it yet?
No.
Does anybody? Should we share what Dev's betting strategy is?
No.
They can't do that to the man.
Yeah, don't
All right.
do that.
All right,
31 and a
I
half
won't do it. All right,
rebounds he had.
Nurkic,
31
okay.
rebounds he had in the last one.
Okay.
All right. Well, on to Denver.
Sweat over there.
For Denver, 2.5 3-pointers for
Oh, I love this one.
Michael Porter Jr.
Let's go.
That man was damn near perfect last game.
I
Was he
remember
damn
that.
near perfect? Or was he perfect?
Nope, he was perfect.
He was he didn't miss, did he?
He did not miss.
There's no way that you like slow down after that. There's
I
no way
kinda
you're
wanna
not
double
part of
bet
the
that.
offense. They're going to try to find him early and often.
3
I think
days
he
off?
hits the 2.5 in like the first quarter. I love it. He's going to have a Porter quarter to start this game. Just know that that's going
You
to happen.
think he's gonna have a first? Oh man, all right.
It's gonna happen.
We've said this. He's now in the Porter quarter of the season.
That's right.
There it is. 2.5 3-pointers is way too easy. It's pretty much a lot because you're going to get that. They're also getting the juice higher because they know that's going to happen.
I know they do. I don't love the juice.
I like Murray over 6.5 assists.
Okay.
If Booker was playing, I would have took the points on this. Booker's not playing. I think he's going to start facilitating. He also has a Porter quarter coming. He also is going to have a Yoke masterclass coming. So why would you need to take all the shots? I'm going to go over 6.5 assists.
Okay.
There's something about KCP with these Suns.
There is?
Yeah, we remember that Phoenix. There's Tyson, Jordan, KCP, Game 6. Everybody remembers that. It was a monster game. It's going to happen again. Over 10.5 points is too low. It's too low. I don't have an AG bet just yet, so let's get one in there right now. Let's go over 1.5 steals plus blocks here.
Really?
Yeah, you could combine them both together. He's going to have a steal and a block, so there goes 2. Just know it's going to happen.
Simple. This is so easy.
For the lock,
Can't wait.
somehow they have Jokic assist at 8.5. It's trifling. It's wild. It makes no sense. He's going to get over 8.5 assists.
They might try to guard him straight up though tonight.
If he gets over 8.5 assists, he's already going to get. He's going to get 10 assists. There's no reason to stop at 9 with the Sombor double in this one. So he's going to get a triple double.
All right.
I like Jokic for a triple double. Lock in the 8.5 assists. That is going to happen, but also a triple double, like both of them.
Dev, listening to all the bets you just loved, I love one of our bet boosted parlays that Bet365 has built for us.
Really?
Is Nurkic in it?
It's Porter 3+ threes, so Porter 3 threes, Jokic 10+ rebounds,
Yeah.
Nuggets win. And it's boosted to 175. So,
Man, I
if you
kinda
feel
like
the
that
way
too.
that Dev does about Jokic night and Porter's night,
You know what,
and
I'm
you're
gonna take
liking the
it.
Nuggets, you can just take this boosted parlay at 175.
Man,
I
that's
like
a
it.
good one.
I like it. I think that one does happen. I think Yoke gets his rebounds. Do you have a bet? Do you have a sense of how you think this goes tonight?
I kind of think P. Watt's going to hit a 3 tonight. He's
Oh, that's
had a little
fun.
bit of a drought. He only needs to hit 1, and it's plus money, plus 100.
You're right that all he needs is 1. He does play a decent amount. You know, he likes going up against KD.
And the bench for the Suns is Treshola. So,
He's going to be up against Bobo.
oh man,
He's going to be up against Bobo tonight. We got a couple super chats. What do we got?
Cedric, book out, KCP in, Munder time, fellas. Hey, Eric.
hey, what up?
Cedric, can we please get that D-line and vote mukbang?
Yeah,
that
dude.
seems a little.
Hey, we'll do it with the what remains of the Circle K snacks.
Yeah, there's usually a. All right, Cedric exquisite. Boston lost. Lego Nuggets. Ant-Man is lame. Hashtag all the Nuggets are good.
See,
That's too bad that Paul Rudd made a bad.
yeah.
Well, that's a
Who
bummer,
I would have
man.
thought he would have been the best superhero.
so true.
Eli says reverse mochas.
Mocha?
Mochas?
But they're not mochas.
He's talking about Dev's
Those
shoes.
shoes, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Fire. And please give vote a Donut Ion.
Donation.
No, donate ion. Yeah, I don't know.
Donation.
Please give a-
vote
Is this just
donation.
money for me? Thank you.
He's saying that he wants Dev to give you some shoes.
Oh, yeah. Dev's not going to do that, but that would be helpful for me.
Thanks for those lovely super chats, everybody. And for watching the pregame show with you. Nuggets Suns. We're going to go downstairs and watch
There's
it.
something so diabolical about being able to pay to make sure we see your insult.
We'll see you guys in the postgame.
They have no choice but to get dissed.